So you know the new Spider-Man movie that came out? Spider-Man Across in and out of the, well, that movie landed itself top freaking 15 on IMDb with an 8.9 out of 10. How the hell is that even possible? To put that in perspective, Avengers Endgame got top 150, and everybody liked that movie, except me, to be honest. But the Spider-Man movie consisted of cartoon graphics with like 2D and 3D visuals, which was pretty cool, to be honest. But you know what I was doing while everyone was munching on their heart attack buttery popcorn? I was sitting there and thinking, how the hell long did it take to make this movie? You see, a lot of people don't even think about how long it takes to make a movie. They just think they pop out of thin air, but according to Google, they don't. So today I'm gonna be revealing the groundbreaking news of how long it takes to make your favorite movies. Okay, so taking a look at Interstellar. No! This was a phenomenal movie, actually. And also, before I even start, there's no way I'm spoiling this movie, because if you haven't seen this movie, you better be dead or still drinking milk from your mom's titty. The movie is crazy sci-fi and has a crap ton of effects going on. The black hole scene in the video took up to 100 hours for each frame. Come on, that's crazy. You gotta admit that, right? And this is not even the whole movie. But if we do the math for how many frames there are in the movie, there are 243,360 frames in the whole movie of Interstellar. And no, not the whole movie. It didn't take 100 hours for each frame, just a few, the black hole scene specifically. This movie took almost exactly 4 months to make. And this is what they projected too, so that makes it pretty cool, actually. We gotta give a lot of credit here to Christopher Nolan, because not only is he a movie director, but he's apparently an astrophotographer, music director, and probably a porn star. Not actually all those things, he's just a director, by the way. Next movie I'm gonna take a look at here is Batman: The Dark Knight.
Why so serious?
This is another Christopher Nolan movie. Of course, he's the best. The movie came out in 2008, so it can't be that crazy, right? You're wrong. If you have seen this movie, there's a scene where the Joker, Heath Ledger, is walking away from a hospital and pressing a red button to detonate the hospital. What is really cool about this scene, it is completely real. There's no CGI. But as you saw when the hospital didn't detonate on his first click and he did that little jump, that was not meant to happen. You would think that with such a high budget for a movie that was meant to happen, but it actually was completely improv. The hospital was supposed to detonate on the first click, but after clicking it a bunch of times after, he jumped because the hospital exploded out of nowhere, which was pretty crazy. Upon further investigation, I'm figuring out that that is not the improv scene. The improv scene is called the look at me scene. I'll play that for you real quick, but just pretend like I'm talking about that for the rest of this bit.
Come here. Hey. Look at me.
That was completely improv. Props to him, honestly. In my opinion, this turned out way better than what it would have been. He just clicks a button and hospital explodes. I don't know, I think that would have been boring, in my opinion. But how many times did it take to shoot that one scene? It was one, obviously. One, you idiot. They can't just reshoot an exploding hospital, obviously. That's why there's improv. But all of that aside, the movie took from April 2007 all the way to November of 2007, before 2008, which is when it released. That is pretty crazy if you ask me. Okay, so going back to the Spider-Man movie that I had talked about in the beginning, let's take a firm look at that one. This movie, as I said before, got a crazy score on IMDb. There hasn't been a movie that has landed itself on top 15 on IMDb since 2008. Take a guess. Yeah, it was the last movie I just talked about. This movie is the sequel to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which came out all the way in 2018. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse apparently took 2 whole years to make.
That's pretty crazy.
That's more time than the combined of the 2 movies that I just listed before by Christopher Nolan too, who puts the craziest amount of effort in movies. This is because of all the artwork and all the cartoon stuff that goes into the movie. They made a whole music album for this movie. There's so much that's going on. But you know what other movie did the same thing and a little bit more? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Do this. I've never robbed anybody in my life. Please don't make this a bad experience for me.
Bad experience?
Yep. That's the new one. And you know what else is crazy? The movie didn't take 2 years to make. It also didn't take 3. It took 4 years to make. You know, that's how long it took me to get through high school. And hopefully all of you guys. And if you didn't, then what the hell? It just means you dropped out. Now, obviously, the time it took to make this cartoon paid off because everyone liked it, as you see. But they did leave us on a cliffhanger, which kinda sucks. But I guess, till the next one. Spider-Man Beyond the Universe is supposed to be coming out, I think, March 29th, 2024. To be honest, that doesn't really seem like 4 years, but whatever. Okay, so hold up. How long does it take from when the movie is finished for them to release the movie? That's an age-old question. Now, obviously, it's all over the map because there's a big range, you know, movies aren't all the same. But generally, it takes around 3 months from when the movie is done for them to release it to theaters. In this time, obviously, they're tweaking the edits, making sure the clips are good and all the above.
And I really feel bad for whoever has to watch a 2-hour movie over and over again, but
Okay, so now you know movies can take a long time to make. You gotta remember, it doesn't just consist of filming for a movie. You know, they gotta edit stuff, put the CGI in and all the other special effects. These are pretty big projects and they have pretty big film budgets like this one, Star Wars The Force Awakens. And all this is for you, your guys' viewing pleasure. Till next time.